not unethical, but borderline immoral decisions because they can get away with it as a corporation. Like, instead of bolstering the people who have made that entire side possible, they are taking to profit, and that's it. Like, they aren't investing in the future of 3D printing. They're investing in the future of their shareholders.
Okay, so let's shift gears into the thing that kind of blindsided both you and I this week. You didn't even know about it until late last night. Or early this morning.
I literally found out about it while we were working on the notes for this.
So Bambu...
And I hate it.
Bambu has cloned HueForge. I'm sure it will be legally distinct, but call it what it is. Even in their beta sign-up, they are like, have you worked with HueForge before? Have you done stuff with HueForge? So, like, guys, you played the copy my homework, but just, change the name. I'm not a huge fan of that kind of thing, right? Like, I don't like it. My initial take on this is like, you had every opportunity to present an olive branch to the community and, work with someone, pay them a royalty, lift up the person that made this possible in the first place that you probably had no idea even existed until they came up with it. And instead you decided to, I was going to use the word steal, but clone is probably the more correct word. You decided to clone it and remove someone's ability to be as successful as a business. And, I
feel awful because I hate this. I actually hate this with a passion. This is everything that, as a company man, I never wanted to see in this industry because of how good the community is. But I've come to just understand Bambu Lab is the silent bear, and I just expect them to do scummy things now, to the point where I'm not even outraged when I should be. If you told me this a year ago, I would be so outraged. You have no idea.
I was upset.
Now they've done it now. I'm like, wow, that sucks. It's another Bambu thing doing Bambu. Like, they've lowered the bar of being outraged so far that I'm kind of apathetic to it, where I shouldn't be. Like, I should be even more upset than I am. But because they've done this on so many different areas, like cloning CHT nozzles, where they're in that legal gray area of just, we're Bambu,
instead
we don't
of
care.
Working with the community, where they were working with E3D, they said, nah, forget it. And
I mean, like when they locked out Big Tree Tech and all of that sort of stuff as well, and they shut down a load of third-party mods. I hate that I've become used to Bambu ruining the community in the way that they do.
Like, I feel as though someone brought it up. Someone said, oh yeah, we can do this. They found existing code for HueForge. They likely bought HueForge and just reverse engineered it. It is what it is. I don't think Steve has any patents or anything on it. So, like, there's really, I don't believe outside of social that there's really anything keeping Bambu. I don't think there's anything legally keeping Bambu from doing it. And so the business person in me says, well, screw him. If he didn't protect his business, then anybody else can clone it. But at the same time, Bambu has done a lot of taking and not a lot of giving. And this feels further on that line. And, like, guys, you had every opportunity. Do you know how cool it would have been to have whatever the hell they're calling it, Bambu's chroma print? I don't know what the hell they're calling it, and I don't really care. Powered by HueForge. You know how cool that would have been? You know how cool that would have been? And see, the problem is that it looks like Bambu's going to give this away. I think they are. I think they're going to give it away. And so they're going to overnight remove HueForge from being a thing because you have to pay for HueForge. Because HueForge is keeping Steve employed. Bambu had an opportunity to do something good with the community. Instead, they said it's easier for us to vertically integrate and do it ourselves, and then we don't have to pay any money out to other people. And it's like, you're not wrong, but you're an asshole. And that's
Yeah.
I stand by the Lebowski thing for this. It's like, well, you're not wrong. You're just being a jerk about it. It's so blatant that in their beta test form that you fill out, it asks you if you have experience with HueForge. So like they know blatantly what they're doing. And I'm gonna give props where it's due to Steve. He put out like one of the most professional statements where I would have been absolutely burning bridges. At that point, pitchforks are out. Like the fact that he's like, well, I figured this was going to happen sooner, eventually, it's good for the consumer for competition. Yeah, Luke said Steve is based AF about it. Yeah, he is. And that kind of upsets me. I want to see Steve put some gloves on and go to work. I don't have a direct contact to Steve directly, I don't think. But when it was pointed out to me by Danny, Neokoi Prince, I said, what the F to him? And then I saw Steve's response. I'm like, this just sounds like you want to work with them. Buddy, they don't want to work with you. You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain by building, the community around you by being upset at them and boycotting them for doing this kind of thing. Like, it's funny because, like, I feel like this show, we go week to week of praising Bambu to absolutely shitting on them.
Absolutely dunking on them.
We never do this with other companies because nobody else does anything in this industry, it feels like, right? And we had our episode about the Snapmaker. We had Fiber Seeker last week, which was cool. Prusa never does anything that like makes me pissed off or makes me really happy. They're just like, cool. I'm not mad, but I'm disappointed, right? It's I'm not mad, I'm disappointed. And I'm disappointed in Bambu because honestly, I expected better from them. They've worked with the community before. Why couldn't they work with the community now? Now, there could have been behind the scenes talks about this and Steve told them to kick rocks and they just decided to do it on their own.
Like, it's annoying because while I can't blame Bambu, they haven't done anything wrong. They've done so much wrong. It's that difference between legal versus moral. And once again, we are seeing that Bambu as a company, and this is also why I don't treat them as a 3D printing company, I just treat them as a company, are doing company decisions. They are doing not unethical, but borderline immoral decisions because they can get away with it as a corporation. Like, instead of bolstering the people who have made that entire side possible, they are taking to profit, and that's it. Like, they aren't investing in the future of 3D printing. They're investing in the future of their shareholders. And it pisses me off because everything like I do as a company, we publish. We make sure people can learn from our learnings to make the industry grow faster. Everything the hobbyists do, they publish and they talk about it and they do everything like that. Every YouTuber publishes and says about what they found and how to, like, it's education. Like, everyone is teaching everyone at the same time. And then a company like Bambu Lab comes out and they don't give anything back. They use it to earn ungodly amounts of money by just putting that little bit of extra effort in on top of the hard work that somebody else has done. And they stifle that level of development. Just straight up. And it really, really pisses me off. And the thing that annoys me the most is I don't even blame them. I can't blame them. I'm sat here as another business and I'm like, you know what? If I was in Bambu Lab, like in their shoes, I could probably make the same decision. Like, if we're just trying to earn infinite money, I'm going to steal. And that's what I don't like about it, is I don't see this as a friendly thing. I just see this as the inevitable end of the community that we know. Like, eventually, you're not really going to be able to do public posts, because you do a public post and big company steals it. Like, this is the silent death that happens when a community grows big enough to become mainstream. Like, look at the drone community, how everyone used to make custom drones, and that was it. That was everything. And then DJI came out, and now barely anyone buys custom drones. Most of the development is done by big company now. And I see it eventually heading in that way. And I can't even blame it, because that is an inevitable end. Like, the community growing into a business sector is a good thing. It's good for the world. It's good for industry. It's good for jobs. It's good for everything, except the community that made it happen.
For a lot of people, that is evil.
And arguably, capitalism is immoral inherently, because it's a neutral demon. It's a demon in the same way that demon in mythology is something that is uncaring and only is out for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
There is no ethic decision, because they do not understand ethics the same way that people do.
Business ethics just
business
don't matter.
Ethics is so clinical. It is like a machine, and the machine is just trying to decide what is permissible with the current law to allow them to earn as much money. And that isn't evil. It's just analytical. It's analytical with a coldness that people don't have. And that's why people like to attribute evality to something. It's not.
Yeah.
It's just, this is almost like an alien. They have a different mindset, a different thinking pattern. They are not people. They are machines of industry, and human life is cheap in their eyes. And this is that.
Well, they're also funded by big business, right? They have venture capital funding.
Yeah.
This to me, this is IDG doing IDG stuff, right? IDG Capital is the second largest venture capital group in the world, if I'm correct. They are backers of both Bambu and DJI. I'll be very interested to see how specifically Polymaker looks at this. So Polymaker is also partially backed by IDG. Polymaker has been a huge supporter of HueForge. In fact, Polymaker is arguably the reason Steve at HueForge was able to go full time, right? They helped lower that barrier to entry for people. For Steve, he took time to build this baby for it to be cloned, right? I don't know.
I don't want to see him lose a part of his livelihood, also his legacy, because a company has come out and decided to say, we're doing it ourselves. Because that's what it is. It's literally, they've decided it's going to be easier doing it ourselves to earn more money.
They did.
They want to vertically integrate all of their customers to only their products.
I mean, I could not blame them for that. I have no issue with that at all. I don't blame them whatsoever for that. That's business, homie. And, that to me is very much a precursor to the further locking down, of which a lot of people called us FUDs for and all that. There was a clip that we took from a show where we were talking about Bambu potentially having the ability to lock down to only Bambu materials, and how that is the inevitability of this road, is that eventually you are locked in to only Bambu materials. Will that happen on older machines? Don't know, but the eventual road is, this is, you can only use our brand. If that's what they do for this, that is just the ringing of the dinner bell, letting you know that this is kind of on the way. But that would add a ton of value to HueForge, because HueForge works with anything. So you could look at this as a net positive if they do it in the wrong way.
Or second time.
And
or third time.
John Stern says the short-term competition is more likely to lead to a monopoly here. This is not good for the consumers in the long run. But you could argue that HueForge has had a monopoly since day one. Right?
Yeah.
And now adding a competition means that there isn't a monopoly. And users will vote with their wallets. They'll go to whomever makes the most sense. Are we giving HueForge a pass because it is one person versus a big company? And I feel like I am. I feel like I'm giving HueForge the benefit of the doubt here and like really wanting to support them because it's a small company versus a huge company. Right? David versus Goliath.
No,
but I'm not certain
you're
if I
not doing
should.
it because of that.
Steve's also
You're doing
a
it
friend
because
of
it's a
mine.
community member.
He is.
That's why. You're doing it because he supported the community.
Dude, he gives so much back.
And that's the thing. It's like he saw, obviously, we understand people have to eat. We understand people have to earn money. We're not complaining about that. He went out, he did a thing, he deserves to get paid for it. The difference is he doesn't deserve to get stolen from.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it feels like because we're community members before corporate members. And we're now dealing in a world of corporate instead of a world of community. And that's why, in my eyes, I'm annoyed by this. Like, if this was a computer industry where there's so many big players out there and they decide to do something, I'm like, yep, that's part of the job. But because this isn't, it hurts more.
Well, it goes from Intel to Intel and AMD.
Yeah.
Right? I don't mind competition, but I guess I'd want both competitors to be on the same playing field. Right? Like, so if somebody else came in as a solopreneur with a different style of HueForge or a different style of filament painting, I'd be fine with that. That's fine. But when they're venture capital backed, that just feels like they're cheating. I don't want to see. Again, from a business perspective, it makes sense. But you're screwing your audience. The question is, how many of them will care enough to jump ship? And the answer, I think, is much lower than most of us think. The A-net of printer brands picks this up and clones it. And all of a sudden, every time you get close to it, your phone stops working, your Wi-Fi stops working, and you never understand why. And like, you accidentally left a cup of water near your printer, and for some reason you came back and it was much warmer than you were expecting.
Yeah, your coffee just stays hot by being near the machine.
It's one of those new Ember mugs, right? But it's just wireless. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you don't need batteries for any of your devices anymore.
Jesus. Oh, no.
Oh, why do I really want to do this?
Please
now?
don't
I
do
really
this.
want to do this.
And if you do, I don't want to know about it. I don't.
Well,
This
could be an alternative for an auger pellet-based printer.
We do not, under any circumstances, condone experimenting with microwaves or magnetrons unless you are a certified professional that knows what they're doing. Magnetrons will not only kill you, they will hurt the entire time you are dying. They run on more than enough voltage to end your life in an instant. And the last thing
that won't hurt
want,
though.
Huh?
That won't hurt.
It'll hurt a little bit. It'll hurt a little bit, and then it's just.
Does it
lights
matter
out.
if you're dead? You're not going to remember it. Philosophically, is pain something that is experienced at the moment, or if it's remembered? Because if you die and you forget it ever happened, did it ever happen? That's how anesthetic works. You don't remember the pain, so it never happened to you. Huh?
I don't like you anymore.